Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. The purpose of today's video is for traders that are new to trading that just want to be able to trade without any risk. So Webull, this platform, will allow you to trade, which is called paper trade, so you can actually just learn the markets, learn how to enter orders, learn how to sell stock, buy stock, learn how to read level 2, and you won't have to worry about losing your own money. I don't even use Webull. I use Fidelity Active Trader Pro, as you refer to my channel. But I once used Webull to just learn how to trade without the risk. And I think it's good to even spend a few weeks on it just so you completely understand how to place your orders. So in this video, I'm going to break down how to enter orders. I'm going to break down the paper trading app and just go through it step by step. All right, so when you go on the Webull app, it'll be on one of these side tickers, which will show stocks, markets, screener, trade, account, and then paper trading. So with this dollar sign over here, you want to click on paper trading. When you click on paper trading, this comes up. Now I already formatted this so it looks more comfortable for us recording so you can see it. But there's a few things I want to break down really quickly. So let's say there were no symbols up here. We took all the symbols out. And today, for this purpose of this video, we're going to trade Tesla because everybody on this channel knows I love trading Tesla. So if you want this box, which is highlighted, anytime you click on a box, you notice how it turns orange. You see how it's turning orange? So if you want them all to link, this color, which says set as group, the 1, you click on that. And if I made this blue, and now this one over here on the chart is orange, I have to switch this to blue so it connects. So what that means is that if I type in Apple, that means that this screen, which is my box to trade in, and then this chart will change. It'll change because this is blue and this is blue. So let's just break it down. We type in Apple, and look, now Apple and Apple change together. But you have to make sure you do the same thing for every single one. So even though I put Apple here, you got to switch this to blue so it'll follow every single one. So I'm changing all of the boxes so that they are continuously going to be together now. So anytime I change the symbol, let's say I did, I don't know, let's do Microsoft. I do Microsoft. Microsoft switches from the chart to the limit to this one, we'll say Microsoft now, to any positions I have. Anything that fills will be Microsoft. So let's go back to Tesla. And now let's slowly just break it down. Let's break it down what we're actually looking at. So this is my chart where you can see the stock, obviously. Here is where you can buy and sell. So you click buy or sell. You can do limit or market orders, which we'll break that down in a second. The quantity that you can do, if you can buy 1 share, it just gives you pre-filled values that you could do, or you can just type it in. But what's most important before you even start trading is you have to look at this. You have 2 bars up here. You have a US stocks paper trading and then paper account. Before you start trading, you want to reset the value that you're actually going to trade with. So make it realistic to what you would actually trade with. So for me, I'm going to make it $100,000. So you can set the amount that you want to trade with. So I confirmed it, and now I have $100,000 to trade with. If I wanted to trade with much less, let's say I was starting with an account with $25,000, you can just put the initial balance and put reset. And it looks like, did you see that notification? You can only reset it, I think, once a minute here. Yeah, once a minute. So we set it at 100,000. That's what we're going to trade with. Once you set that initial buying power, that means that's how much money you have to trade. So now let's go back into the paper trading account, which you just click up here. And now you're looking at Tesla. And then you can click on 1 day, the 5 day, and always refer to my Fidelity Active Trader Pro videos because I break down how to read charts. And even though it's a different platform, it's all the same thing. But this shows you the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 month, the year to date, the 1 year, the 5 year. So you can get, and as you can see, I use Webull for when I'm actually trading. So I already have stuff filled out on here. As you can see, I have levels that I wrote out. And I'm just deleting them just so it's a little bit easier. But we can look here and you can toggle with things. But I just want to place a trade so you can start seeing how this actually works. So when you place a limit order, that means that, let's just put, we'll do 100 shares. If I place a limit order for 100 shares, I am saying on this limit order that I want to buy only if it is 238.56. If you look over here, the price is 238.87. So if I hit buy, the order is not going to go and fill unless the price dips to $238.56. And I'm going to show you. So I hit paper trade, and now we're going to put working. We have filled over here if the trade actually fills. But under working means that it has not even filled yet. So looking here, we're still waiting for this order to fill. Now if I extend this out, you can see right here, the order is in, but it's not filled yet because it's still at 238.56. But if it goes to 56 here, oh, so I should get filled here. So now 238.56, we can see that it's trading here. In order to see if it actually filled, click under filled. And now you can see that I filled at 238.56. So now we're in the stock now. Let's see if we click on working, does it show? So it still doesn't show, but we know we filled at least. So now if we want to sell this stock, right now it's trading at 238.6, type in your 100, click sell, and you can either do market sell, which means that I'm going to sell whatever the price is. So currently you can see it's trading at, in this box, at 238.57. I could trade there, and if I hit the sell button for market sell, it's just going to give me the nearest buy price. If I were to trade and do limit, and I put a limit of, let's say 0.59, it's only going to sell if the stock gets to 0.59. So in this case, let's put it at 0.59. Actually, let's just do a market order so you can see. So if it's a market order, I am going to just sell it. So if I click 100 shares, paper trade, I just submitted the trade. Let's see where it fills. So it's going to take a second to load because we just did the trade, and there it is. So there I just sold. I took a loss. 238.56 is where I filled it, and 238.42 is where I sold it. So now, when you're doing your day's P&L, Webull will show you that I just lost $14 on that trade. If you want to see your overall account, you go back to paper account, and it looks like, see now instead of the 100,000 I started with, I'm at 99,986. So it just shows you that you can continuously trade without risk and just learn how to do the markets and take your chances and just understand how the market goes. So let's try it again now. Now we're going to buy again. Let's see if it lets us do a little more shares here. Let's try to do 400 shares, and we're going to do market buy, and we're going to try to buy this 238 flat here. So we're going to hit paper trade, buy, paper trade. Oh, it says insufficient funds apparently. Let's try 250. Probably because it's more than the 250 allotted. So here's a good thing. Look right here. This is paper trade, not a real trade, but right down here, it's showing the amount estimated that I'm trading with. So now let's try it. Let's hit paper trade. It's submitted successfully, but you got to make sure that it says filled. So we filled at 237.89, 250 shares. Now, if we're trying to just quickly learn how to trade, I type in the 250. I can either do a limit price where I want to sell at a certain price, or I could do the market and get ready to trade. So since we knew we bought at 237.89, let's see if we can try. Hopefully it bounces up quick enough so you can actually see a gain, see what it actually looks like, and then we'll go from there. But it looks like this thing's continuously to sell off. But this allows you to look at the chart, try to analyze it, and try to understand how you're making your trades. And I think this is valuable for anybody that's new to trading, because you want to be able to understand when you're buying what it actually means, when you're selling what it actually means. So it looks like we're up a little bit. Let's hit paper trade. Let's see if it looks like it died again. I'm trying to sell it so we actually get a gain so you can see. So I'm going to hit paper trade here. Let's see what we fill at. So watch down here in this box. It's going to fill soon because we just sold. So once it updates, there it is. So now it just updated. So we bought at 237.89. We just sold at 238.1. Now look, the day's P&L over here is showing a plus $38.50. So if you went over to your paper account, it'll show that, okay, we're back in the game. We're up $100.38. So overall, we made $38 in this account so far, just right here. And that's what's cool about Webull is you can track your progress. You can look at your daily P&L. You can look at your weekly P&L. You can look at your monthly P&L. And then you can go over your net assets, which I don't even know what that really means, to be honest. I guess that means like in the actual, if you started this account, we're actually trading with it over months. You could look over the 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, year to date, and you can see how you're overall doing. So we'll go back to the chart. Let's do another trade. Let's do another 250 shares. But now we're going to say, I see the stock's moving up and I want to buy it, but I want to show you how to place a limit order after I enter this trade. So we're going to place the trade. I just hit, I got to remember to hit buy or sell. So I messed up that. So I'm going to hit paper trade. Remember, it says working. That doesn't apply if it doesn't fill. So I hit filled and I filled at 237.97. So here we go again. So now let's say we're going to trade and we're going to sell at a certain price. So we know that we sold at 237.97, but we want to, for simplicity, we want to trade, we want to sell this stock when it gets to 238. So I hit limit order for 238. The way to see it now is to look under your working, and it will show up here. It'll show right here that filled orders total. It'll show 0 out of 250. And this trade is going against us for the purpose of this video. But here you go. So we'll see if we can actually fill this. But it shows you right here that we put an order in for 250 shares to sell at 238, but it hasn't filled yet. But look, the stock is rebounding. And this could be good for the video. Hopefully it pops up so we can see how fast Webull works. And we're very close. We're like 10 cents away. Let's see if we can get it. And we'll see how quick it updates. So it looks like we're about to break 238. Perfect. So now it should sell. Let's give it a second just to update. And let's see if... Oh, so now that it filled on the limit order, you have to go to filled. And you're going to see right here, and I'm going to lower this a little bit so you guys can, so it's easier for newer traders. You can see here that we bought 250 shares at 237.97, and then we sold 250 shares at 238. I'm going to do one more trade so you can see it. So it'll be a little quicker. So every time you want to trade, you look at this ticker box. The bid is what you're buying, the ask is what you're selling, and this shows the prices. So you see, look at 238.18, and then look here, 238.28. So as it's moving, it's fluctuating with the bid and the ask. So we're going to do it again, 250 shares. We're going to hit market order. For simplicity, we're going to buy at the high here. Let's see what happens. We're going to buy here. We're looking here at our filled. The buy just entered right here. I'm going to lower it so you can see it. The buy just entered here at 238.32 to place the sell order for 258. We got 250, we got the market sell 250, there's the sell. And we know that we bought at where? At 238.32. So if we wanted to just sell it, we did a market sell and we press sell. What that means is it's going, if you press market sell at 238.17 right now is where it would trade. So we'll see if it bounces up. It looks like it's bouncing down. If it bounces down, that's fine. We'll place the paper trade to sell the order so we can see where it fills. So let's move this down a little bit. And now let's hit paper trade here. So we click it while it's at 238.24. So look at that. It's at 238.16. Let's see where it fills. I just hit sell 250 shares. And we just sold at 238.15. And then anytime you want to see your daily P&L, you just click over here on paper trade account right up here. So here's paper trade account, and we're up a total of $3 on the day. So now let's just break down the chart a little bit. So instead of just placing orders randomly and trying to figure out what we're doing, I just want to give a couple little tidbits on how to actually look at this stuff and see, you know, when you're looking at a chart, what I use and what I think is helpful. So when I like to trade, I use, just to make this simplicity, I like to look at the 1 day, the 5 day, the 1 month, and the 3 month. That's all right here. And I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it. And what's cool is you can make these charts as big and as small as you want. So here, you click on the 1 day, you can see the lines. You could do 1 minute candles, 2 minute candles, and all this means is that you see these candles right here? If you were to click 1 minute, that means each candle is 1 minute. If I were to click 2 minute, each candle is 2 minutes, and vice versa. 5-minute candles, each one is 5 minutes. And to confirm what I'm saying, look at the candle and then look at the time. 5 minutes, 5:15. Now go to 15 minute. So now it's giving me 15-minute windows. So look, this is 10 o'clock, this is 10:15, this is 10:30, this is 10:45, and then 11. And you could do this for the charts to see where it's going. Now let's go back. And now with your mouse, you can't see it because I'm on the laptop, but if you were to scroll with your mouse, you can zoom in on it like I'm doing. So you're like, oh, how does he zoom in? If your mouse has the toggle button on it, you can just zoom in. But if you didn't have that, you can just use your keyboard too as well and zoom in forward, just moving your fingers up. Now let's say we wanted to actually draw some like trend lines, let's say. So I'll put the 15-minute on, and what we're going to do is, let's say we want to draw some trend lines. You can click on drawings up here, and you can draw trend lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, polylines, extended, rectangles. Now I do a lot of videos where I just break down chart analysis, and I use Webull because I like to use Webull because I think their charting is like very good. I think it's very clean, and I think it's very useful. So let's start with trend lines. If you were to draw a trend line, you can click anywhere and you can draw, and it'll show you what's the percentage or the gain from that point that you just drew. And since I double clicked, all you have to do is just click this delete, and it deletes the trend line. But if you just wanted to see how much was that move that it just made today from 233 up to 239, what you would need to do is you could just draw it right here, and notice as I'm moving it, notice how the price on the right side moves, which is very unique. You could just click 233 to 76, and then as I go up, we go up to here. It's a 2% move right there. You can see it on the screen, which is kind of cool. If you wanted to draw, let's say, a horizontal line, you just click, and now you can use this as your resistance, or you can use it as your support. And you can leave it there if you wanted to. If that's something that you see in the market, that there is continuous support and resistance, like right here on Tesla, you can see clearly that there is a little bit of support here, and then you can see clearly that there is resistance at this angle. So this is very interesting because while this is happening, this would be a potential short opportunity, because you could think that Tesla is going to struggle in this zone because you have support here and now you have resistance here. So we'll see how this plays out as we make this video. But now looking at the chart, I'm just going to get rid of this big box. And we have this line here that shows our resistance. Clicking on this arrow in the drawings, you can do a lot of other things. Whether you want to draw, you want to write a text box, and write resistance just to remind yourself. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever floats your boat. But look, now I can move it wherever I want. I'm going to put resistance right here, and we'll see if it breaks it as we're talking. So now, what else is important? You can go to indicators, and you can put in VWAP, which is that yellow line that's flashing. Now, VWAP is used for the intraday, meaning the 1 day. So if you're looking at just today, today's August 14th, and you can see that this is the volume adjusted weighted average price. And please just refer to my videos on my channel. I have a whole video on VWAP. And then here you can go on to RSI, where you can look up the relative strength index. And then I'm going to leave VWAP on, but I'm going to click off the RSI because I want more of the screen to show. But they have other indicators. If you go under other indicators, let's get rid of that, you can add other things as well. So you are allowed to put in, I don't even know what pivot point is, but let's look at it and just see what it is. You can type in this is why it's good to mess around with this. You can put in the Bollingers because you can see, like, is it at the top, is it at the bottom? And some people trade just using Bollinger Bands. And there's all different strategies you can use. But this is for you to kind of mess around with on the all indicators. And then you can, definitely if you want me to explain something to you, just leave in the comment section below and I'll definitely make a video on it. But there's just so much. You can put the volume in so you can see volume. And there's just a lot of goodies with Webull that kind of goes unnoticed because they just focus on, like, you know, their free stocks, this and that. The next thing you can do is line style. You can change what these look like. So you can switch this to line, which I don't trade like this. I like to use the bars. I like to use the candles. But if you wanted more specific, you can make this right here, line style, hollow candles. You can change it to hollow candles. And it's whatever makes you, like, you know, whatever you like to see as you're trading. I don't trade with the bars. I don't know how anybody trades like that, to be honest. It's hard to read what the candle's doing. But you have all different options on what you want to do. Next, you can compare. So we can put in, let's put in the NASDAQ. You want to compare the NASDAQ to this? You could put in the NASDAQ, and now this blue line will show you how the NASDAQ is doing. So this is actually not a bad idea because you can see if the market's selling off is the overall market, because QQQ is the NASDAQ. Is it trading with Tesla, or is Tesla trading separate from the market? And that's kind of a strategy that some people use. So you have all different ways that you could add to the experience of trading. Most importantly, though, I want you to go under settings, and you have to make sure that you have show extended hours. What does that mean? Extended hours means that the market is open from the 9:30 a.m. So right here, if you didn't have extended hours on, 9:30 a.m. is when the market would open, and that's all you would see. So let me show you. If I click settings and just I took off the extended hours, all you can see is you're not going to get any gap or anything. You're not going to see what happened in this time frame. You're just going to see what happened at 9:30. But if you go under settings and then you click show extended hours, now you will be able to see what it did at 8:45, 8:30, all the way till 4 in the morning when the market opens. The market opens at 4 a.m. And as you can see, the market from 2:43 all the way down to 2:38 at 4 a.m. So that is definitely very important when you're trading, to make sure that you are looking at the overall market to see how it's doing with that aspect. I also, just looking at the settings just to make sure we're not missing anything, you can put on earnings, you can put on dividends and splits. I want to show you the earnings, so put on the 1-year chart, go on the settings. Since it's clicked off, I want you to look right here. Here's your earnings. And if you click it, it disappears. So if you want it to show, you're going to have to keep it checked off to show earnings. And you can get an idea, how did Tesla do when it had earnings? So we can zoom in. Here is your earnings right here. And it looks like it sold off from 220 down to 203. So it gives you an idea if you like to trade that aspect and say, how does this stock do when earnings come? So here's another earnings, and it looks like it went from 180 down to 160. And granted, I'm just looking at the chart, looking at overall analysis. I'm not, actually looking into their earnings report, but you can see that you can line them up as you go. So let's go back into the paper trading, because that's what the video is intended for. But if you go into the paper trading, remember this thing, you can just change this chart as much as you want. This whole thing looks at your positions. Let's buy a position in Tesla just so we can follow it as we're talking, because that would make sense. And we're going to buy the high here that I thought we should be shorting. So let's just see. Let's see how it goes. Right now it's at 239. We're going to buy 250 shares. We're just going to market this, and then we're going to paper trade it. So we just put the order in. We clicked buy. We put market. We typed in 250. And then you have these options for day, and then I hit paper trade. I'll leave the sell open so we can sell when we want. But here in filled, it'll show that we filled at 239.39. So now, as we're watching the stock, we can see right here, if we were to sell, so let's click sell now. We're trading at what? Where are we trading? 239.6. So if we click sell, which we just did, it'll show up right here. Just wait for it to show. And it'll pop up at some point. Here we go. Perfect. So we bought at 239.39, sold at 239.7. And as you can see, we have this guy over here, which is daily P&L. What I wanted to show you is what I realized about this is the reason I'm seeing this is because this is the paper This is the paper account details where it shows that my net account was 100 grand. Now we're up $81 on the day. So it shows you how much you're up on the day. And this is another box that will show. And I just had it kind of covered by the level 2s over here. So you can see how you're doing. So that's it. I just want to give a quick breakdown on like actually trading this using the Webull app. I could definitely make more videos on using Webull if that's what you're interested in. Just leave a comment in the section below. I just wanted to give a quick thing on paper trading. I think paper trading is very valuable. And I don't think it's the same as when you put real money on the line. But I do believe that just learning the principles, this is very valuable. And I don't see why you wouldn't want to learn how to first trade instead of just jumping in with real money and then risking losing your money. So I hope this helps. I hope this video is, informative. And if you do, please like and subscribe to the channel and just share it. But this is where we're at right now. So paper trading, very useful. You break it down, go over the 1 minute, 10 minute, daily, monthly, yearly, everything. It's good to just get used to how stocks move, how they work. And then you can test your theory. You can buy stocks and then you can hold it overnight and see how it goes. Test your strategy and just practice without losing your money. And I think that's the biggest valuable tool that Webull offers. And I really do I don't use Webull and I don't, even have a Webull account in terms of like my actual money in it, but I use it when I'm day trading in conjunction with my Fidelity Active Trader Pro because I like the charts so much. I think the charts are so clean and they're easy to use and easy to read. So that's all I got for you. If you like what I'm putting out here, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. It definitely helps. And any videos that you want, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll definitely make a video on it. All right, until next time.